Because Congresswoman, thank you so much for your time. Senator Schumer seems to think this is going to get done in days. You have been demanding that this bill be sent to the House along with the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill before a vote is taken. What do you see as the stakes here?
Well, the stakes are enormously high because obviously the need is so high. People across the country want to see not just roads and bridges. They want to get childcare. They want to get paid leave. They want to make sure their health care needs are taken care of. They want to be able to send their kids to, free community college and get free pre-K. And we, of course, have to take care of the planet and take on climate change. So those are the things that are contained within the reconciliation package. And it's why we are saying as progressives, and we've said it for 3 months, that we won't be able to move a bipartisan bill along. There simply won't be the votes for it in the House unless we have at the same time the reconciliation bill that has been passed. And of course, it's not just progressives. Now the speaker has said the same thing. So that is the situation. We're awaiting the bills from the Senate, and we're working very hard with senators to make sure that our 5 Progressive Caucus priorities are included in any bill that comes to the House.
So given that, how optimistic are you that both of these bills are going to get over the line and through the House in a way that is acceptable to you and to your progressive colleagues?
Well, I feel very good about the fact that we've already seen that the draft framework for the reconciliation bill does include our 5 priorities. And I forgot to mention immigration as a key piece of that, path to citizenship for essential workers and TPS, Dreamers, farm workers, a topic you cover often on your show. So all of those 5 priorities are included in the reconciliation framework. Now we need to make sure that the details are there. There are some areas where we would like to see more funding allocated. So we're working on that right now with Chairman Sanders and other senators. And I feel good that we are going to move that forward. Understand that this is something that is urgent for people across this country. I just saw a statistic that said that 1 in 3 people in America have less in savings than they did before the pandemic. And of course, that even before the pandemic hit, 40% of Americans didn't even have $400 in their bank account. So this is urgent. We need to help working families and poor people across the country feel like they have an opportunity again, that they can wake up in the morning and know that their life is going to be dignified and fulfilling for them and for their kids.
Congresswoman, I'm going to ask you what is admittedly a potentially unanswerable question, which is, do you believe that McConnell is going to continue to support this bill despite the fact that Trump and others are encouraging him to blow it up?
Well, you're talking about the bipartisan bill, and yeah. I have no idea. I mean, he said 3 months ago that 100% of his focus was on stopping any part of the bipartisan of the Biden administration. Now, he voted for the bill to move forward. We'll see. I really have no idea. I mean, Mitch McConnell has been for us Democrats in the House the place where we would send the graveyard, the Senate graveyard, where all good things go to die, from voting rights to LGBTQ equality to immigration reform. So I have no way to predict what he is going to do. Maybe, maybe the fact that Donald Trump is urging Republicans not to vote for it is also going to be another factor in this. We'll just have to see.
This week, you and several of your colleagues, along with the National Domestic Workers Alliance, reintroduced the Domestic Workers Bill of Rights. It is supported by the president and the vice president. It extends commonplace workplace rights and protections to over 2 million domestic workers. Talk to me about this bill and why you felt it needed to be reintroduced right now.
Yes, well, this is so exciting. It's one of the bills that I introduced to the last session along with then Senator Kamala Harris. And it really is about 2.5 million domestic workers who do all the work that makes all other work possible and yet are amongst the lowest paid with no protections. And the thing I think a lot of Americans don't know is that domestic workers and farm workers actually were both categories of workers that were left out of all of the New Deal labor protections, labor laws. And so there are no real standards governing the work and the conditions for domestic workers. And that is simply unacceptable. Certainly, we knew they were important before the pandemic. Now it's even more important that we make sure that these 2.5 million domestic workers, largely women of color, including immigrant women, are taken care of. And that's what the National Domestic Workers Bill of Rights does. And I think it is so exciting to see over 100 of my colleagues as co-sponsors on the bill at introduction. And of course, the Vice President and the President saying that they support the bill.